effective.
I'm definitely not sold on it, but they have super good combo kill potential. But if Fnatic gets to like BKB territory,
5 seconds
of course, and
remaining.
shit a fight normally, I feel like it's gonna be hard for.
I really like. I like the TA pick here if you get out of the ice. I think both lifesteal and so fragile against this.
Navi might have an issue with brute ultis.
Oh yeah, big time.
So what do you do? Brute ultis, you have to run away, but then there's a disrupt and an earth spirit to chase you. Yeah.
Templar assassin.
Templar assassin. There it is, baby.
TA can just, if she gets ahead, kills Lina, kills AA.
I can't really kill him.
Yeah, basically. I mean, Lifestealer has some well, but it's definitely a very good TA game. The only big, probably.
All three. Oh yeah, the Torrent can strip refraction pretty effectively as well, but all three of the Navi cores super squishy again, especially early on.
Yeah.
You guys, this is game 3 of a quarterfinals. The deciding match goes through to the semis against the
Guarantees.
DPC points.
Super relevant for both these teams. And if game 1 and game 2 are any guide,
And I just want to hear which team you favor.
I call
very
Fnatic.
simple.
Universe is going to cost ulti.
I agree. I think the TA pick was the right fifth pick.
I don't like Lina, but
Well,
be close.
let's see if Navi can prove these panelists wrong, shall we? Over to Odie Pixel and Fog for game 3.
Thank you very much, and I'm ready, Fog's ready, the crowd, they're certainly ready for this one. It's the deciding matchup between Navi and Fnatic. We've just had the 2 drafts come through, Fog. What do we reckon? I'm excited to see this one. The 2 mid laners, Arbed and Dendi, they're on some flashy heroes.
Prepare
Yeah.
for battle.
Usually, for most part, I'm not really a huge fan of Templar Assassin, but in this game, especially versus Lina, that lane is very, very tough. The first few levels, Lina can do just fine, but once the refraction starts building up, it becomes a hard matchup, and later stages as well. The refraction is a huge problem for Lina, and once you've got BKB, like I was mentioning, it does get harder and harder. And now they do have as well, Fnatic, they have an active hero on DJ. Rather than being a super ulti reliant like last time, it's going to be very important for them.
Yeah, we all saw what he did on the Tusk in game 1.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to what Lil can be doing on this contest. So this is a pretty interesting one. I think that they probably picked this one up to counteract the Disruptor as well. They can, with the Glimpse coming out, you can X your teammates and save them a lot of times. Similar to what we saw with like the Repel and some of this. You can save your teammates a lot, and it's also a very good setup a lot of.
And sort of a bit of a note back to the previous Navi
30
lineup.
seconds
Was Roger
to battle.
Kunkka was something that they would draft a few times for the team. We'll see how Lil can step it up into his role and pull out a performance on the old Admiral.
Yeah, let's see how on point he can be with those break the refraction.
Lanes from Fnatic. Is there going to be any sort of specific lanes that we're going to see each side try and dodge?
No, I think it looks like they're actually going to
The
position
battle begins.
initial aggro. So I guess they're just trying to avoid an aggro themselves.
What have we here?
See, say Fnatic do then respond to Navi playing in this way.
I think they're okay with Universe being up top. I think this is exactly what Fnatic want.
Okay. Universe will have to be careful. Between the AA and the Kunkka, they do have good control and catch. See how much Universe is able to disrupt the farm of Lifesteal in the mid lane. DJ tries for the roll-in.
He's just trying to secure the TA's last hit, because there's no real kill threat with TA and a Earth Spirit that early on. When you have level 2, maybe, but TA is more of one of those traditional just last hitters and traps. Continuing that pressure.
And he will turn. He punches into DJ, but as you say, the support doing his job. And the Lina force back. In the space, Dendi. Pop that salve. You're going to now see an Nova. Rolling for DJ. Steps back to avoid the light strike.
Oh, DJ's just being so annoying here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Arbed. Actually diving in a little bit. They use the fortification aggressively there to allow Arbed to try and keep punching in onto Dendi, but Dendi just give it a light strike, and Dendi does have backup. Lil's there with a rotation. They've got the Torrent now. Arbed will have refraction back up in a second, but he gets stunned. And with that, ooh, ever so close. The refraction charges will be removed. Arbed only just surviving there. DJ might not be as fortunate though. He's up on the high ground, another Torrent connects, and Navi get first blood.
Lil, precision.
At that, That reaction from Lil to come towards mid after he sees how aggressive DJ plays.
Yeah, not even needing the X, he just absolute perfect torrent.
Lil will grab that haste rune, lying around mid as well as Dendi does take the walk back to base.
Yeah, they do get the kill, but the problem is that Dendi's still suffering in like 2 and 1
Radiant's
compared
middle
to
tower is under
the 8
attack.
last hits of the. And also bottom, Envy is full free farming and they're pressuring general quite a lot too. So Fnatic, all 3 lanes farming very well. And Universe having a fine type top for now.
I'm going to make a bit of a go onto him. He will go straight for the TP out. Cold feet.
Cold feet.
It kicks in time. Universe surrounded. Will go dry for the collapse slow.
And he'll be over.
Down for a couple of slaps onto LeBron. Doesn't have to be careful with another cold feet being thrown out. Bottom lane. General getting surrounded. DJ turning up to the lane. And between the 3 of them, Fnatic will claim the life of General. Mid lane. Abed. Grabbed back by the X mark. They're taking the refraction charges down. Can they bring him out with the Dragon Slave? It's not quite enough. Abed will survive. TP across from Pi. As Abed salves himself back up to full. Another attempt with the light strike in the torrent. Both will miss. Still Abed maintaining that CS advantage in this mid lane despite Lil's best efforts on the Kunkka. General, you say still down here, suffering very much so in the farm.
Getting levels, but yeah, last hits not really happening. Universe getting a little bit more out of that top lane.
Towards mid, another wraparound's coming in. DJ keeping the aggressive on. He won't be caught up by the slow. Instantly a TP comes through for the Kunkka. They get the light strike to set things up. Lil has the X marks to follow through. There's going to be the boulder smash and attempt to try and stop Lil's combo, but it's not going to work. He'll still get the X mark into the torrent. And the setup is there. Dendi able to finish off DJ as Lil, again, coming in clutch in this mid lane, enabling Na'Vi, enabling Dendi to find these turnaround kills.
Yeah, super quick TP reactions coming in, and Dendi on point with the stuns.
LeBron, a little bit of fast footing around the tree line there, looks towards Universe. LeBron gets through, gets himself out for now. DJ will try with the chase, goes for the boulder smash, but instantly, as soon as the boulder smash is popped, he goes for the TP out. And with nothing else to cancel it, LeBron gets away with a free bounty route.
Very nice individual plays coming out.
Surprise there to see DJ listed up with some of the greats in terms of number of games on the Earth Spirit. Impressive win rate as well.
Alright, they're going to be threatening kills now on Dendi here mid.
Straight in on top of them. They've got the Rollins, the bottom smash. Dendi goes for the light strike. He's going to continue to retreat with the fairy fire pop till that buys some time for himself. Abed trying for the hits on him, but there's the control. Dendi's got to be careful at the side blades. Abed dragged back into the light strike. Dendi coming back in. He's on minimal health, but with the help of LeBron and Lil, he can go for a Lil. Connects the torrent. Wow. Again, Na'Vi keeping Dendi alive. And this time, it's not a support kill in return. It is a kill onto Abed.
Yep. Abed is choosing to go for the boots so they can actually try to go for those threatened kills now. He's unable to actually close the gap because Lina, when you throw out your spells, having that fiery soul, you get that movement speed advantage with it. Get yourself that distance.
Wrong, looking forward for some XP, Lil. So looks towards DJ. DJ will be quick with the rollout, can't quite get the grab. Lil actually coming in very deep across from the sidelines. Unlikely to get a look in though. Pi is now hovering around this mid lane. Fnatic shifting more and more attention from their own supports towards this mid now that Na'Vi have shown that they really want to prioritize making sure that Dendi has this good start.
Yeah. I mean, Lil's just been so on point with these. And he's already placed down some wards to be able to watch the stacks coming out from the side of Fnatic. And it's actually a block ward. The other one down.
Are scanning.
So they know the recovery for TA is always through the blocking both off. Very nice, but the scan does come out, so they do know at least the top block.
Illusion!
As soon as they see that scan, instant TPs, DJ back towards the mid lane to sit behind Abed.
Now is where it starts getting much harder, though, for the, like we were mentioning. Once you get level 5 in particular on Temper Assassin, Lina's harassment becomes pretty mood.
As you can see on the side lanes, I'm going to go on to Universe. Torrent again connecting, setting up for the cold feet proc, and Universe, not quite 6, has no primal split to save him. Crystallize bringing him down low with the Infest burst damage. Na'Vi now 5-1, getting these successful rotations in their best attempt to sort of get the lead in these side lanes. Of course, up top, Crystallize, he's farming fine, but Universe was finding a bit of CS out of that. Bottom lane, Envy, he's also up there at the top. 43 for 22. He's having a great time down here against General's Tiny. As General really struggling to have a look in on this matchup. General leads forward with the Avalanche. Envy getting a lot of damage done to this tier 1 tower very early on with the Exorcism. The kinetic field's down. They have managed to trap General. Envy, Tekken Crypt Swarm comes through, and with the ending of the Exorcism, will claim the kill. Gets General, keeps the push on. Fnatic will take a very early tier 1 tower as Envy, he's had a wonderful time down here.
Yeah, full free farm on him as well as the Templar Assassin. Even though we have seen DJ die that one time, or Abed die that one time, he's still farming perfectly. 6 now, it's the only level 5. Catching the torrent yet again.
Dire's top tower is under
Top lane.
attack.
Na'Vi, they may have been quick to lose that tier 1 bot, but with the pressure that they've been putting on, they'll push the tower down. Universe does indeed get the deny. Now it's a harder target to go on. With him having the 6, the primal split, most of the time is going to be able to be there unless they can get the chain stun from such as the torrent into the cold feet combo. Even so with the evasion and search there, it's very likely that each and every time Universe will be able to fight back. But that kill is certainly getting harder and harder to get. MV down bottom, 1300 gold. He's got ready to pop into the investment for the drums of endurance.
Early stat item versus Tiny and Lina. He does need a lot of HP versus these. Even though General is really, really stuffed. Tonka Lil has actually.
In this game as well, with the start that Crystallize has got, he is going for that Radiance Rush by the looks of it on the lifesteal. It has it queued up before any other item in this game. See if he does get the chance to get a good time on it.
Yeah, good versus the TA for the refraction as well. Can be quite nice. And look at the prioritization by Fnatic here. They put down 2 wards, very deep and aggressive, so that Envy can keep playing aggressively. Sandwich by pressure.
Radiant's middle
General
tower is under
still
attack.
just level 5 on this offlane Tiny. It's got to be careful about showing. Both Pi and DJ ready to make a jump on him. Potentially as they hover behind that tier 2 tower. And he's starting to get the pressure through. Pops the Exorcism, it's back up, and 9 minutes in. There's Fnatic pressuring that tier 2 tower. I feel like Na'Vi will want to try and do something about this. They're trying to come in. Crystallize will get glimpse, pops the raise to hold himself in place. Needs the backup so he can try and fight on the side. They'll get the 2-man Avalanche. General comes in. They're focusing the DP. They have the Laguna. Torrent up as well. They'll kill Envy, bursting him down before the heal kicks in from the Exorcism. Na'Vi will put a stop to that push. Ice Blast does hit onto DJ.
He's going to take out.
He absolutely is. Below the threshold. LeBron hitting the spot.
He's trying to roll into the neutral creep there to deny himself, but unable to. Ron, perfect shot.
Na'Vi, I mean, they absolutely needed to do that. There was no way that they could let Envy get a tier 2 tower at 9 minutes in. That would be ridiculous for this Death Prophet to get away with that much sort of free reign on this bottom lane.
Yeah.
As Envy, of course, still does sit at the top of the net worth. Sure, he's been knocked down there once, but the farm's still standing very strong for this EEDP.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a different story to the EEDP we saw at Game 1.
Welcome.
Pi's just been consistently stacking this bottom ancient stack for the Templar Assassin. So Abed will be able to farm off that one. Eli's leading the charge in farm team still on that lifestealer.
The Laguna Blade back up again.
Level 6 are out for both supports side of to get aggressive.
Look at the trap. Low attempt, but indeed just a little bit too speedy with those phase boots. Gets himself away from it. Lil and LeBron trying to come in for the rotation, but Fnatic are here in numbers. Universe and Abed in the neighborhood. This is a hard fight for Navi to try and take. As soon as they see Universe show, they'll back themselves away. Bottom lane, Envy and Pi still continue to try and chase down with Crystallize. They go for the glints, but every time that rage is going to be there. Crystallize able to keep his distance and back off. Very hard to kill this lifestealer unless they can get that silence
Lil?
or static storm out. Top lane, primal split pop. Lil is trying to get the roam out from the boat. Will actually buy him a decent amount of protection. He needs backup though. On his own, he's still going to get chased down by the split. They're looking for him, but
He's actually able to survive.
Universe knows. With that roam damage reduction, it's can't sort of understand how tanky the Kunkka becomes.
Definitely a bit of a misplay there from Universe. Could have actually casted like the Cyclone as the boat's coming in, so that he can drop him down right after so he doesn't get Even though if he gets stunned, he can continue that chase. But Lil with a nice little getaway. And that was split completed, though. 100 seconds without that.
General and Lil up. They can find a torrent or the X mark into it and such. They can try and go for the burst down combo onto Uni. He is pretty beefy on this brew, and indeed not quite with enough burst to go at that kill between the two of them. Actually towards the bottom of the river, as AA LeBron, he's walked in a bit of a spot of bother. Walked into 3. Arbed, DJ, and Pi will take down that AA as quickly as he comes over to their half of the map.
He wanted to try to get a ward down to watch that ancient farm, but getting caught out there, giving Abed even more farm. Gonna be going for the first item, Desolator. So I think ideally we see the blink dagger usually for. Oh, okay, so
I switching.
I was gonna say, I think if he does go for the Desol this game, it's just gonna be in particular just so they can get Desol, use Exorcism, go in there and get an advantage. But for now.
Crystallize getting closer and closer to the goal for that relic. Sitting on about 2,500 at the moment.
What have we here?
Yeah. Certainly looking to commit to it, as we talked about earlier. A lot of strengths of having a Radiance this game against Fnatic's lineup. And so far, so good for him. He's not being punished for trying for this far. He's sitting on the net worth just behind Envy.
And Dendi's been keeping up really well, too. He had quite a lot of stacks for himself, too. So level 10 already, and tied net worth with Abed's Templar Assassin.
Really is going to be all about, though, as the game goes on, if they can fight that TA around the refraction charges.
Uh-oh, though.
The silence, boulder smash as well from DJ, but the slot traps though as well. They're going to look to chase. They'll turn around though with the boat, and in fact on the sideline, Crystallize goes onto Envy. The Ice Blast is on Envy as well. Envy will pop. Na'Vi taking Envy out of the fight. We'll see if they can catch down any more. Lil trying to hunt for vision to get a grab. DJ rolling himself away. Lil continuing to chase. Quick ward is down. Fnatic know that Lil is coming up. Cross for the chase down, but Universe wants to turn. Arbed as well, with the refraction, looks towards Lil, takes down the Kunkka with the primal split. They've got the control on the Bron. Fnatic turn around and take down 2 supports in return for losing Envy.
Na'Vi quick responding with all their heroes, and then Fnatic doing the same exact.
Oh, this could be a big kill for Fnatic. They've got Dendi in the Static Storm. Arbed trying with the chase down. General's there on the back side of it all. Throws the tree onto Pi, gets the kill. Nice strike from Dendi, holds back the TA, but Universe is there with the wraparound. Looking for Dendi, gives the vision for Arbed to find the final hit. Fnatic continuing to strike back. Getting that kill onto Dendi, knocking back that Lina a bit. And Arbed does now have the completed Blink Dagger.
Very fast plays coming out of both. And now mid, Envy gets it by the A-Blast. He's getting comboed down by General and Lil.
This is it the second time. As soon as he's back up in the game, we saw him die down bottom. As soon as he respawns and comes back in, he's gone again. The Blink Dagger pickup made caught of him off guard from General.
Oh man, I thought Universe actually got the courier as it picked up the relic, but he got it on the way back. So the relic was at least a... Lil.
Load in. The smash. He's going to pop the charm, but that not going to catch onto either of them. Fnatic. Ching out Lil. 10-7 at the moment. Less than a 1k advantage for Fnatic. Again, this series, each and every game being incredibly close. And not only just out of the laning stages we're seeing at the moment, but even as the games have gone on, we'll see if Game 3 is going to be similar in that sense. And so far, it certainly looks to be.
Big thing in this game for Na'Vi is are they going to be able to contest that Roche once the Desolator and the Exorcism get...
Blink. See what they can do with this, General. Gonna want to make the play. With the TP up towards... Is that mid lane? Universe doesn't have primal split for 20.
General wants him. He's got the Blink Dagger ability.
It's very hard for him to burst him down on his own. He needs +1. Lane, they do go to the Static Storm straight down. Off the Kunkka. Trying to get himself back. The glimpse is there though. Lil will tick out. Fnatic again keeping control of Na'Vi's supports. Pi and DJ making these movements, and between the two of them, they have this superior amount of control to hold Na'Vi's members in place and find these pickoffs. General is about.
Middle tower is under attack.
For a blink. First opportunity if Fnatic come too close, but DJ and Pi back off for their half of the map. Crystallize.
Very, very close break. They are very reliant on Lil, though, for the teamfight aspect on the side of Na'Vi. They really need him to get off his spells in order for him to really take the fight. even the panel was mentioning, you look at Fnatic's first 4 picks that they've been in this game, and it's Disruptor, Earth Spirit, Death Product, and then the Brew. It's a significant amount of team fight.
Look at that stat as well. Lil sort of carrying over a bit of the VP magic that we've seen in the past when they used to pick different heroes each and every game. The versatility of Lil carried over to Na'Vi. 8 different heroes in the 8 different games we've seen Na'Vi play here at GESC.
That's always been his style, though.
Very hard player to draft against.
Got Bruce available, Static Storming 10.
Yeah, they know that Dendi's here. They get the jump in straight away. Roll forward, TPs are coming through, but Dendi, he's pretty damn squishy. Will send himself up into the air. They have got him. Dendi down, and the space is now there for Fnatic to push in onto the tier 1 tower top. Fortification comes out from Na'Vi. The rest of them, a couple of them trying to push down mid. Fnatic are sweeping across. They'll see if they can catch another Lil with the Self-X mark to counteract the glimpse. Keeps himself safe.
We get to see it firsthand, like we mentioned earlier.
It's another tower gone, and look at Arbed's goal. Very close to having the completed Deso on top of the blink at a very respectful timing.
Under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
They can keep getting some some nice wards out to protect that Roche, like in particular the one that DJ had just placed. They can definitely go for that once to death. Na'Vi position bottom.
Look what they can do here. The Self-X trying to get some vision in. They go straight away. Well, the Ice Pass is going to be off the mark, though. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Crystallize still tries to move in and fight with that Radiance. Now the Rage is going to follow. Arbet just jumps in onto LeBron. With the clap there, they'll take down 1. They found the AA. Can they catch more out of this? They're looking towards Lil. The trap slow. DJ gonna have the roll back up in a second. Concerned look to try and close this. He rolls forward, gets the vision for the team. Crystallizes coming across though to look to help Lil. Pops the Rage, turns towards Universe. Can they actually find a kill in return? They are gonna have the roam coming through onto both of them, and that's gonna allow them to stay alive. Lil will live for now. They've taken down DJ with the toss combo onto Arbed. They'll force back the Templar Assassin, but Envy, he wants to make sure the Fnatic come out on top of this fight. Moves in with the Exorcism, surrounds General. They'll take the Tiny. Fnatic still able to come out on top. As now with that Exorcism up, MB can look to try and finish off this tier 1 mid. The wave is pushing in. No General Tiny for 35 seconds.
I can't believe Lil survives there.
The magic of that run.
Does lose his Tiny.
Everything as well there for, I mean, some of the, well, specifically LeBron. We saw last fight Arbed, 3 shots and the AA is dead. That was before the Deso was on him. Now it's there. Arbed with those meld hits. Gonna get close to one-shotting the AA. At least a couple of hits and LeBron's gone, so.
I think 2 hits with the meld hit, it will definitely build. Maybe the 3rd one. LeBron gonna be very squishy. Dendi as well, as we always said, Lina is not a very tanky hero when it comes to damage, only 5 armor.
As we see, he does have the Yule, so can buy some time for himself.
Yeah.
He's not locked down for the rest of the team to come in, react, try and peel this TA off him.
As long as there's not a Brew around, because you can just dispel that Yule.
Bounty!
Crystallize. Going for the full out sort of, well, the Radiance Manta.
Yeah, he's trying to be able to avoid those silences.
Yeah.
There is a lot of silence on the side of Fnatic.
I mean, a Manta's always great when you got a Radiance.
That as well.
Can farm an absolute treat with that item. Certainly sort of gives the indication that Na'Vi are going to want to draw it out in the sense that they're going to want Crystallize to have at least an item after that Manta before they really start going for the aggression.
Yeah, I think they can try to take advantage of whenever the Death Prophet X try to get some neat pickoffs, and Universe might be that pickoff.
Ooh, they've got a burst before he gets the primer, but Universe, he gets blink out! They don't get a touch on him. Universe dodges the entire gang.
They might be able to get a glimpse by now.
They've got to be careful, Na'Vi. Glimpse back. They've got the Static Storm down immediately, though. They pull him out a bit. This X play, is it going to be enough? Dendi thrown up into the air. DJ rolls forward, but Dendi is still alive for now. Primal Split continues to chase him. Universe prioritizing Dendi, and he'll do it. Universe finishes off the Lina, but Fnatic, they're falling rather low. Crystallize, chasing them down with the Radiance, is ticking Fnatic down very, very quickly. Arbed still got a bit of refraction, comes back in for the hit onto the AA. They've taken 2 Fnatic, they'll take 3. Arbed survives with the presence of EE and that Exorcism. They might just get Lil, they don't.
But they've got
Exorcism.
TP out. Exorcism just popped, and they could look for Roche. Envy looks like he's prioritizing the mid tower, though. His team wants to back up and actually use the Shrine as well as clear out some Ancients.
That was such a close fight there. Fnatic had 3 heroes getting ever so low, but the way that they were sort of able to duck and dive back in and out of that fight, coming out on top, getting getting that huge kill as well onto Crystallize, who is
Radiant's middle
having a very
tower
nice
has
game so
fallen.
far on the live stealer.
Yeah. Great X play again coming out. Also the boat hitting 3 people again from Lil, but the overwhelming amount of team fight that Fnatic does have in their lineup showing there. Dendi dies right at the start of it, so a lot of their burst.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Universe just turning that whole situation around. If he gets caught out at the start, they kill him. That fight's not going the way of Fnatic because that blink out and then that commitment with the primal split straight on top of Dendi. Dendi just can't do anything in these fights.
Yep.
What have we
LeBron.
They found him. There we go. 2 hits confirmed. Getting the quick pick off. An eyes towards Crystallize.
They will be able to find Pi here though.
They do have the control with the live strike. They'll take 1, but look at this. They want to punish the Kunkka straight in onto Lil. They have the control with the boulder smash. Lil's gone. Double kill for Abed. Abed can't let this guy get out of control. We've seen what he's been able to do before. They're actually going to buy back for this. They've got the toss back into the hands of Crystallize and Dendi. They have to kill this TA, and they will. They cannot let Abed continue to get out of control because he will absolutely run circles around you this game on his TA.
Oh, this is a great play here coming out from Na'Vi, going into the Roche pit instantly as soon as they grab the TA. With this medallion, they should be able to bring it down.
And in the past, I know we've seen Fnatic buy back and try and hold these sort of Roche attempts, but I mean, TA doesn't have a buyback. There's no gold available for Abed. So can Fnatic contest this at all with 30 seconds, no exorcism? It's going to be very hard for them to do so. They do have 3 heroes moving towards it, but Na'Vi, they're taking it just too quickly. Oh, they'll try with the jump in, but he's not going to be there in time. They get the kill, Na'Vi, and they get the Aegis as well. Primal split, popped by Universe. They'll send it towards General, Crystallize, Dendi. They have the control onto the Disruptor. They'll burst down Pi. If they can get more out of this, the silence is going to wear off on Na'Vi. They're looking towards Universe. Can he get out with the blink? After the primal split comes off, oh, he can. Instant blink out. The boulder smash from TJ there as well, making sure that Na'Vi can't chase. But overall, Na'Vi getting that timing, getting in onto the pit, the buyback from Lil and Surge coming in, making sure that they have the confidence, the power to kill the TA, get towards Roche, and Fnatic can't do anything about it despite their best attempts. With that blink from Universe, he was so close to being able to switch it around, but he couldn't quite get it off.
The pre-stun coming out from General too. He just stunned as the Roshan was dying. But that's a huge move. When you're denying a Roshan from a Death Prophet TA lineup,
that's absolutely massive. It's still though Fnatic. They do have that 5k lead because of how well Abed continues to farm. He's still at the top of the net worth. That BKB getting closer and closer. And of course, BKB this game is going to be absolutely ridiculous for this TA.
Yeah, it's going to be great for any of the heroes, any of the cores that Fnatic can actually get. I think Death Prophet as well going to be getting that one. Already has it actually on, and going to be able to negate a lot of what Na'Vi.
Is under attack. Dire's structures
Dendi does pack a
fortified.
fair punch in with the right click, as well as Crystal. As long as they can survive in the fights, which can be
Dire's
quite hard
bottom
versus
tower has fallen.
DJ also does have blink now for
Dire's
follow-up
bottom
initiation.
tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
triple BKBs now.
There we go.
So they're going to look for a fight, absolutely, side of Fnatic first.
Oh boy.
Radiant's
Don't have primal split, but they've got everything else. BKB comes out for Universe. He's going to look to focus straight away onto General. Crystallize coming in with a wraparound. Abed jumps forward. That'll be the toss. Holding back Abed for now, but now he pops the BKB. They've taken down General. Envy with the exorcism. Looking to focus both Lil and the AA. They'll get both. 3 down on Na'Vi. Fnatic choosing a perfect time to fight with these BKB reveals, and they're not done quite yet. They're looking towards Crystallize. He does have the Aegis. It will get popped. Can they kill him a second time? It looks like they should be able to because there's 5 members of Fnatic. No friends here for Crystallize. Fnatic will do it. They cut down the Lifestealer. The Aegis that was taken by Na'Vi, unable to really secure Na'Vi any sort of objectives. Those BKB timings from Fnatic. Universe not even needing the primal split at the end of the day there. Just his
Radiant's
presence on the
middle
front line
tower is under
with the
attack.
BKB, meaning that Na'Vi could do
Radiant
nothing
structures
to get him
are
off their front.
Yeah, and you saw how they just ignored Crystallize at first, too. They went for all the other heroes, and then they're like, oh, okay, Lifestealer is isolated. Doesn't have any teammates. We can just clear him up easily with...
Exorcism has worn off. Fnatic will push in onto the tier 2 with the mass numbers of Na'Vi out of the
Is
game.
under attack.
I'll be back in apart from Crystallize for 20 seconds, but the tower's gone. Fnatic, the objective. I'm 26 minutes in, starting to build up quite a lead, Fnatic. 10k advantage at the moment.
Just having such a ridiculous amount of team fight, it's making it really difficult for Na'Vi. Pi also in that last fight with Static Storm on.
Dendi Has that BKB gold available? He'll go full in. See how this sort of changes the situation. Top lane, they've found out Lil. He's going to X-Mark back Arbed, try and save himself, but there's too many here for the Admiral to deal with.
Na'Vi. Get that one good Roche. Pickoffs earlier too. These 3 BKBs on the side of Fnatic.
I mean, we knew it was gonna... There was the potential for this to be a very good TA game. Arbed, he's certainly proven that it is. 10-2-6. Insane farm. He's about 1,000 away from having an MKB on top of it all to help against the Radiant's mischance. I don't know, they've got to somehow get on top of this TA at the start of the fights, but they've got to have some sort of perfect change, and they can do that. They've got the Avalanche, Light Strike, and Torrent.
It seems like they have to get they have to kill somebody before the fight starts and have a 4v5 on the side of Na'Vi. Really only the guys we were mentioning for their big team fight.
Down in the mid, Dendi. Just be careful if he comes back forward. I know, hold back. About the wave. Fnatic have those big team fight ultimates back. Exorcism, Static Storm, and Primal Split ready to go.
Oh, Na'Vi lost another courier in that line. That was like, I think that's the 3rd courier that's actually down for him. So Fnatic, they're looking to fight. They've got everything available, all the BKBs as well. They are not afraid versus Na'Vi's lineup, and it's actually also level 18 on all 3 cores of Fnatic.
This is a terrifying fight for Na'Vi to be caught in. Fnatic, they're going to do everything to make sure they get this perfect jump. They've got the vision onto the AA, crystallizes the silence, immediately goes for the rage, CP out. He'll be safe. LeBron, of course, will not be quite as... Universe will pop the BKB. Fnatic with that movement, they do get one, but on the plus side for Na'Vi, it is just the AA. Cores able to get themselves away from that smoke rotation.
What have we here?
Overall, Fnatic's been playing very much as a unit to avoid getting picked off from this Shadowblade Lina as well as the Blink Dagger Tiny, because those two, they can find pickoffs, but everyone together, and quick Blink dodge by General there as they're trying to go for him with the Disruptor.
Elias trying for Envy, does force out the BKB. Arbed coming in with the meld. Here's Dendi's underneath the sentry. Will turn with the Yules to hold back the TA. Got through the creeps here, Crystallize. Being focused, he's got Rage back up in a second. There's the Torrent coming through, but Arbed pops the BKB, holds his ground. Crystallize trying to turn, but with the BKB up on Arbed, it's scary, especially with Envy's Exorcism out. Na'Vi back away. With the jump in, General actually coming in with a burst with Dendi's right click as well. Let's do it. They get Envy. Universe gets the chance of the Primal Split though. TJ with a Boulder Splash onto 2, finds the AA. Arbed gonna look to try and jump in and out by Universe. Universe is leading the charge, controlling General, keeping him forced back. On the side, Arbed did find and finish off Lil. Fnatic have got this top wave pushed in, so despite losing Envy, they still have the momentum to keep the pressure high against Na'Vi.
That was a really nice play there, though, getting Envy as
top tower is under attack.
But that big kill, that big worry for Na'Vi, they just seem unable to deal with this TA.
Oh, kill they actually got on Lil had the gem. I think that was just picked up as well.
He only just picked it up.
That's real.
The hidden ones have
These traps and all these, the ward vision coming out from Fnatic has been...
Lies. He has got that mantra up now. Did you say? Going to be very useful against the silence and such.
Yeah.
And also just against the sort of the safe push. Try and send illusions up and down the lane. Sends one towards mid, sends one towards top. The micro is there. As he'll look to play sort of the farm game with these Manta illusions. Will certainly, make it a little harder for Fnatic to get these pushes together. Na'Vi can shove out.
Arbed starting to set up the traps behind the creep waves to cut them and actually just instantly kill them now too. Dendi bottom.
They know that he's here. Shadowblade and heads up. Oh, they get the clip, but he does. BKB and TP out. Dendi no messing around. Make sure not to get caught out by that play. 31 minutes in.
TD rune bottom as well that they spotted out. Arbed's gonna go one up.
Can respawn time. It will be 2 minutes from now. Definitely something that we can expect to see Fnatic going forward. As we saw before, they didn't quite get it. But if they do with a DPTA lineup.
LeBron, 1, 2.
Such a scary place on the map, especially when that TA's got a DD.
He was trying to get wards up. It gets instantly taken out though by Pi.
Radiant's bottom
They've got no
tower
vision on the
is
map.
under attack.
They've lost their gem earlier. Now Fnatic with this DD, they've got exorcism as well. They can go for this bottom set of racks.
Oh, they're ready to pressure. Navi, what can they do to hold back against this? Fnatic hitting sort of this prime time with their lineup.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Again, they have the opportunity, Fnatic, to play it safe and focus on Roshan. General.
They're actually spotting Crystallized with the ward that they have top, so that's a surprise. Crystallized, Rage, TPs.
Dire's top tower is under
I mean, this is
attack.
exactly what Crystallized needs to keep
Radiant's
doing.
bottom
If he
tower
can keep
is under
getting these
attack.
side lanes pushed over to Fnatic's half of the map, it's going to make it harder and harder for Fnatic to really fully commit with the 5-man push that their lineup sort of excels with.
I think at that point, Fnatic's also trying to be as safe as possible. They know they have a very big advantage in this game. Roche is going to be spawning soon. No point in risking anything going for a high.
Trap in there as well, ready to scout it out. 50 seconds and Roshan will be up.
Universe is about to have a sheepstick.
Been having a very good game indeed, Universe.
Yeah, 8-1. LeBron really just trying to get wards out on the map too. Sentries and Gem.
One Arbed. Who's got that nullifier? Ready to go. Just needs to pick up the relic from the shop. It'll be there. Shiva's Guard as well for Envy. Some big items coming out for the cause of Fnatic.
Has smoke. Trying to get some pick off with the Infest inside of General.
Could be the dream time to find it as well. Just before Roche is back up, if they can find something, that is. And
Abed's being so obnoxious with his PA traps. He's actually been placing them very close to the base of Na'Vi and popping them and just clearing the whole creep. Look at bottom lane. There's no creeps. Mid lane as well. Creeps are taken out constantly.
Roche is up. Fnatic, full control over this area of the map.
A blast was used. They can just commit into the Roche pit now. Saw it.
And as much as Na'Vi would love to, I don't think they can get involved in this. At this stage, they almost just have to let this go and just hope for the best on the high ground defense. Fighting around the Roche pit when you are 16k behind is just too much of a risk for Na'Vi to take. Fnatic
Roshan
will
has
claim the
fallen to
Roche.
the
No
damage.
problem at all with the damage that Arbed is dealing.
Dire's
Picked up
bottom
by the
tower
TA.
is
They'll
under
pop the
attack.
cheese the way of Eternal Envy.
Game is looking incredibly difficult.
Will come towards mid.
Dire's
down.
bottom tower is under
Fnatic
attack.
should be aware of that sort of sweep around LeBron. Sort of holding his
Radiant's
breath
top
there in the
tower
trees.
is under attack.
Been praying that they don't come looking for him. And he will TP back safely.
He's trying so hard to
Radiant's
just get
top
vision up
tower
for them.
has fallen.
Will get dewarded instantly. Team is going to have to play on the...
But as you say, these defenses from Na'Vi, they're going to be have to be sort of better than anything that we've seen so far from Na'Vi in this match, this series as a whole. This is going to be such a hard hold to put together, considering the way that Fnatic managed to build themselves up, the heroes that they have,
Yeah,
the items now complete.
being unbelievable in a team fight in just these match communities on the... They have just natural initiators. But you look at Na'Vi, their initiation is... It has to be General jumping in and a torrent follow-up.
Fnatic
Or a
just
boat follow-up.
checking for the ward situation. Getting that wave pushed round onto the bottom. BKB swapped into the inventory of up just to put this stretch to the side. General. Got it bladed up for now. RV positioned with full force around this defense.
They saw Lil for a second there in the tree line. Saw the pings coming up from DJ. You know the position. Trap on top of him.
I am compelled to thank you.
Fnatic do it. They've got all the tools they require for this siege. Instant Hex there straight away with the defensive force, sorry, but his teammate is there. Crystallize will get himself to the side. Primal Spectrum Universe heads forward. Just looking to try and keep Na'Vi back as Abed and MB look to focus in onto the tier 3 tower. Fortification pops, but it's now already over. With the BKB up from MB, there is very little Na'Vi can do to push this one back as MB and Abed take the melee rags. Na'Vi, we'll see if they can try and fight back and get something to punish them with this. A Fnatic already keeping the distance, making it very hard for Na'Vi to close the gap. In fact, you can see Fnatic are still happy to go in and find kills if Na'Vi overstep the mark. Fnatic, they'll play it safe. They got what they came for. They get the melee racks, and as we sort of expected for Na'Vi, just impossible for them to do anything against that sort of push.
And it's so hard for them to take a fight. These 3 BKBs and just overwhelming team fight. They have to try to kill somebody before the fight starts to have a number advantage. Getting harder and harder. 23k gold.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Consistent control of the map.
Abed just continued. He just went absolutely off on this game. 12-2-6. He has got the All Kick complete. He's running out of slots to hold all these items.
Got your favorite build though.
And the Summers and the Nullifier, which are trying to react to that if you're any of the members of Na'Vi mid lane general. Design this up. The Ice Blast will go for the quick pick and the blink out. Perfectly done in the sense that he will not be caught out. They'll get away with that pickup for free.
Decent amount of gold too. Even though it is, 5 hero, they are at that much of a lead that even though the nerf through the patch, they still get a significant amount.
Abed's coming across. He catch the pawn outside of the base. See how aggressive he wants to play. Doesn't want to go too. We'll keep it cool, keep it safe, stick with the teammates. Down bottom, Crystallize. Continue to shove out the side lanes, very close to having the AC done.
Fnatic just waiting for all their ultis again, and they can look for going for that siege.
Radiant's
And Na'Vi,
top shrine
not really like
is
they're trying to make like some of these aggressive moves, but with all the vision that Fnatic has, the advantage in map control, it's so difficult for them.
How long are we seeing left on Abed? Aegis.
40 seconds.
Exactly.
Radiant's
Na'Vi
top
very unlikely to want to do
shrine is under
anything
attack.
before that Aegis is gone.
I'm gonna start to clear out the shrines universe. They took out the bottom one already. Top one as well. With that 100 attack speed talent.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
24k. Had some close games in this series, but this game, Fnatic seemingly pushing it to another level.
Really only Crystallize who can farm safely outside of the base on the side of Na'Vi.
He does have the money for that AC. But being that he doesn't have buyback. I'll bet Aegis. Looking out. For Na'Vi, very much as you say. They can only have Crystallize outside of the base. The rest of them, they have to hold. They have to wait for Fnatic. Try for a high ground attempt. But Fnatic, as we've seen, they've got really no reason to get over aggressive. If anything, they could just wait for Roshan to be up again.
I mean, they've got no rush. They're like, this Lifestealer is the only hero that's farming. Lina just has already been falling off for quite a while now and progresses because
Maybe seeing if they can catch out Crystallize.
they know
he's out on the map.
They know he's around bottom too because the Manta bottom.
Would be the dream catch for them to find.
Dire are scanning.
The other one though,
He's walking into them. They get the straight up Static Storm. Do they have the control? They look for the glimpse, but he is going to try and play his way out of this one. Goes for the Rage. TP out. He'll make it away. Still just a little bit too slippery for Fnatic's patrol to catch and kill him. We've seen consistent, fantastic performances from Crystallize at this land. Can he really pull it off in a game like this to get the victory for Na'Vi? This is going to be the true test for Crystallize, but at the moment, everything is up against him. Go for the combo.
we'll be okay with that, Yules.
The Ice Blast is gone. They could try and abuse us for the push, and they will straight away. Exorcism is out from Envy.
Arcane Rune Exorcism as well.
onto the high ground. Look for the torrent onto Envy, then move forward as well. BKB's popped by Envy as well. Dendi with his own BKB having to back up. The primal split comes in. They've got the lockdown onto General. General forced aside. The run passes over both Dendi and Lil and Crystallize. They'll hold their ground for now. DJ and Envy looking at Dendi. Same time, the Yules is there to charge the Light Strike Array. There'll be a buyback from LeBron as he looks to get back in upon this, but the Nullifier is down to the lifestealer. Crystallize is gone. Has to buy back immediately. As Abed taking quite a bit of damage here for the right clicks of Dendi. He's been caught out by the torrent. They've brought down the TA. Does cost Na'Vi those buybacks to hold, but Abed, an incredibly valuable kill for Na'Vi to find there. As they do push Fnatic back, they keep their mid melee racks alive,
but extremely costly.
Now, a very scary 7 minutes of the game for Na'Vi. No buyback on Crystallize. The way he's been playing before, he has to be playing even more careful.
Yeah, and we're going to find out about Roche in 5 seconds here. Crystallize is going to go scout that one out. Indeed, he spawns outside the pit too here, and it is a very long reach. 2 minutes 40 seconds.
Oh, bounty!
Money for the Hex. Extra control, that extra lockdown, as we've seen already with the Nullifier silence play. Life becomes ever so hard for Crystallize if Abed can get on top of them before that rage comes through. He's got the AC, so that extra bit of armor and survivability against the punches from the TA. Still with Abed's build, there's so much damage.
And it still feels like it's a lot of the weight on his shoulders. Dendi is getting very, very farmed up. He's now past the lifestealer, but very hard for him to do big things inside of the team fight because of the gap that Fnatic.
Get beat for DJ as well. You sure like he himself could get it on front?
Yeah, wow. DJ somehow always finding an absurd.
Time for Crystallize will be the Nullifier himself. Quite a way to go for it though. Fnatic still holding on. 25k net worth lead. The biggest lead we've seen so far this series by a mile.
Yeah, I feel like Na'Vi has to get some kind of prize play to get them back in before this. If Fnatic walk into that pit, there's very, very difficult for Na'Vi to take the fight there versus magic immunities and all.
Boy, here we go.
Fine.
General now does have the Lotus Orb to help out his cause if they, well, yeah, his other cause, the lifestealer, such if he does get caught on by the silence. Given that chance to at least get the rage off.
45 seconds. Teams waiting for it.
Very hard for Na'Vi to find pickoffs like this though. Fnatic, as we've seen, are just not splitting up to the same extent that the Na'Vi are being forced to.
They've been consistently playing as a unit on the side of Fnatic, never letting them go for those fast pickoffs that we do. Last pit.
I mean, do you think next Roche we are going to see once again Na'Vi hold back, or do you feel that at this stage they sort of do have to try and contest?
I mean, I think they have to. I think if you give Fnatic refresher shard, the game is even harder than it. Abed's getting closer and closer to that level 25 as well. He's going to get +4 refraction with everything. And now Roche is up.
They kill it so quick.
Yeah, I just don't know how Na'Vi really contests it. So much overwhelming team fight.
The trap placement.
Yeah.
The vision that Fnatic's going to have on any sort of movement. Now, Ice Blast will come through. The suspicions are confirmed, but look how quick this Roche dies to Abed and Envy. No chance of getting anywhere close for Na'Vi.
They didn't even grab the cheese. Is just one of the cheeses just left in the pit. They don't care about that one. They still got one inside of Envy's inventory.
All right. See if anyone does head back eventually for that.
I think they might just go for the push here with the refresher shard, even though the possession was committed. Level 25 TA now too. Fraction.
TA pretty much maxed out with the Aegis. very, very hard for Na'Vi to take down. And just that once, as we've seen, it's been a long time. We've seen Arbet really struggling in the fights. They managed to get him that one mid-push.
I mean, Fnatic's still playing it very safe in this game, as you'd expect.
Na'Vi not leaving the base. If they can find a jump, this is very playing. Just clear out the illusions. They don't want to go searching any deeper. They have to keep themselves held back and continue to shove out these side lanes as all three lanes are being pressured into the base of Na'Vi.
They still left the second cheese in the pit. I think they actually just finished.
I'm sure someone will check.
Eventually.
It'd be funny if Na'Vi find that and it turns the game, but good luck to Na'Vi getting anywhere near that pit.
Yeah, I mean, they actually just can't leave their base because of the TA traps constantly. And it's now 30k, pretty much a 30k gold advantage.
Ever so safe play from Fnatic.
A haste through now. Maybe this could be the one thing that leads them to charge up. And they've got Exorcism as well for 5 seconds. So I guess they were just trying to save that refresher shard as long as possible. Here we go.
Envy gets jumped on this straight away. The Ice Bar's coming through as well. Envy falling low. They're going to be able to get it. They've got it. But at the same time, the rest of Fnatic charged fully in. With the BKBs out, they go forward. Take down Dendi. Dendi buys back immediately on the Lina. On the sidelines, DJ with the BKB survives. They found the Tiny as well. General will fully does have buyback available. He wants to pop it. Arbed popping incredibly low. They've taken him down. They'll find him post-Aegis. A second time out of the fight. They'll look towards Universe as well. He's trying his best to retreat under the cover of the Primal Split. Will he get the blink out in time? He does. Universe will get out of there. But somehow, some way, I mean, each time it is costing Na'Vi buybacks. But they're managing to hold despite a 30k lead from Fnatic. The fact that Fnatic are having these Aegises and cheeses, but they're not breaking a second set of racks.
They just instantly jumped on Envy as soon as he showed his face. He didn't get his BKB off in time, and they do have a lot of burst damage between the Tiny and the Lina with that AA coming in.
I'm still waiting to see if Na'Vi heads towards that pit. That G's still sitting there. Mid lane though, the fight's going to kick off back again. They'll look towards Lil. Able to X-Mark himself back. They'll fire out onto DJ, but he gets the roll-up in time. Keeps the distance. We'll get out of there, but look at Na'Vi now. They're coming out of the base themselves. They know there's 40 seconds without Arbed on the map. They'll do their best to quickly find this farm. The hunger to climb themselves back in it, and I mean, honestly, Crystallize. Just talking about this guy and how solid his performance has been. I mean, in a game where your team is 27k behind, the fact that you're still second highest net worth, that really does. This is, as sort of the panel was saying, even in games where Na'Vi are losing, Crystallize, he just doesn't fail to perform.
Very consistent. 30 seconds till Exorcism. Abed has respawned.
I mean, Fnatic, I think with the way that push went, we could see, again, play it safe. Wait for the next Roche. If you're not getting away with the siege with an Aegis and a cheese, you're probably not going to get away with it without it.
Yeah, and they used Envy's buyback too, because he tried to come back and join the fight after he got bursted. Looks like they're just farming up those level 25s. Universe getting closer and closer to that minus 65 primal split cooldown.
I mean, how much of a worry is it for Fnatic that despite having this lead, the fact that they are not being able to close the game up, has it?
I think the one thing is that I don't think Envy's going to be so patient anymore with that BKB. Since he has a refresher shard anyway, I think next time he's just going to Exorcism, BKB instantly and walk on the high ground rather than try to use it as greedy as possible.
I'm going to head across. You say Envy's got to be careful. 5 minutes without his buyback. Same to be said though for Dendi. Envy falls. There will be ample opportunity for Na'Vi to at least get a tier 2. Do some serious damage themselves.
Trying to get a pick off with this smoke.
General.
Good.
And they get the opening. Gonna pop the Shadow Blade. Quick avalanche out, but the Hex is down onto General. He'll get forced back in time. DJ popping the BKB as well as Envy. There's the Refresher coming forward. He has the Exorcism out. The boat comes through. General will get caught back into the Static Storm. They're trying to get this Tiny out of there. Can they do it in time? They can't. He'll have to buy back. Crystallize looking to turn the tides of the fight, but the BKB comes out from Arbed. He backs off. Ice Blast flies straight down to the mid, but will not find the connection onto the heroes. Na'Vi, they've had to buy back with 2 onto this. They're trying to force Envy away from this rack. They've found the torrent. DJ jumps in with a boulder smash. Arbed coming in as well. He's been muted. Light Strike Array will get landed down, but they've lost General. But they kill Arbed. Arbed's going to go down. Dendi with the BKB. Look at what Universe Cold Feet. It's going to almost certainly kick in. He's been hexed up. Dendi, they'll hold him back for now. He'll turn towards DJ. Envy charging forward, but Na'Vi, they're fighting without 2, and Arbed knows it. He buys back. He wants to get back in on this fight. Lil will fall. Crystallize. Crystallize. Falling low, the evasion coming into play. Crystallize will be able to get back for now. Envy trying to charge forward. The X-Smoke, the Yule's there to dodge it, make sure that he doesn't get dragged back into this combo from Kunkka. Envy will remain fine for now. But Fnatic, they've finally turned it on the mid lane. They've cleared out the rags. They've got the numbers. DJ jumps in with the boulder smash. They have another fight and Hex out as well. They're trying to keep this man alive. Crystallize. He'll get the rage up in time. Turns towards Arbed. Arbed will fall. That's a dive from the teammate. Envy, he's surrounded. Envy falls back, kick back, but it's not enough.
Oh my God, Na'Vi.
Fnatic, they've lost Envy and Arbed. They do not have buyback for 2 minutes. Despite a 28k gold lead, and they're even finding extra Na'Vi. They've caught Pi outside of the base. They'll buy back immediately. But Fogged, there's no DP, there's no TA for 90 seconds.
Can they actually force it? That's going to be the important thing. Bottom lane is heavily pushing in, though. Their base can actually get sieged quite hard by all these creeps on the side of Na'Vi.
Now time for Pi, DJ, and Universe to sell all their items. Pi boots to travel and Necro 3s.
No, they just have to keep... I think the big important thing actually for DJ is just keep cutting those creep waves.
Nice carrier. I'll take it. Universe is in the base.
He's in.
He's in.
And look at this bottom tower. It's actually getting dropped incredibly
He's got
fast.
a DD rune as well.
And Na'Vi, they don't have...
they're gonna get back.
Lil's got a TP at least. The other 2 cores do not. So they are able to buy the time, keep all those creep waves pushed in as far as possible.
Ooh.
And a quick glimpse as he's trying to boot to travel top to push the wave in. Roche, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. That's going to favor Fnatic. So Fnatic, and they will be back in the game. Oh, so there's 40 seconds still. Still the tier 2 standing. Fnatic almost certainly going to have another chance in this one. But they can't afford to mess up like this again. Because Na'Vi, they're being given the opportunity to climb back against all odds in this game 3.
Absolutely. Universe does expend the first split since it's got pretty much no cooldown. He's just going to use that one right away. Kind of stall them out until his cores respawn.
Jump through a couple of those Brewlings now. The tier 3 tower Na'Vi. 10 seconds left. Take the tier 3 tower, they'll back up. They do not want to mess around with Fnatic's cores that close to getting back in. But Na'Vi at such a gold deficit. Seemingly achieving the impossible here with these sort of plays.
Yeah, unbelievable that they're able to punch back.
Radiant are scanning.
Dendi's got a full Daedalus when you get up to, so he's starting to dish out quite a lot of physical damage we've been seeing in the last few fights. Once he can actually keep that distance away from the side of Fnatic. And now all the big cores are up. Fnatic, they've got everything available. Roche is up in about 40 seconds. Universe is non-stop spamming his primal split, actually, scouting.
Dendi's buyback will be back and available in a minute.
How are the buybacks as
The big
well?
one for Fnatic.
Okay.
Oh, mid lane. They've caught out General. General, X'd up against force back. Can they get General out of here? Looks like they can. Na'Vi, keep General safe.
Na'Vi has to watch out for that play from DJ with that Aghanim Scepter. He can keep pulling people out of the base, and he can also use it defensively to save his cores.
Daedalus. On Dendi, looks like... I think there's a recipe by the looks of it on the
Courier
deck
died.
carrier.
Yeah,
so
the Courier died. I think he just wants the Daedalus if
guess
there's
so.
a fight coming up right away.
So, the wasted gold doesn't look like it will bother Dendi too much, and he does still have money for buyback.
Yeah.
It will be back there, 15 seconds. For Lina, 55 minutes into this game, 34-24. Fnatic still up 2 sets of racks, 23k gold lead. Na'Vi themselves still yet to take a racks.
And it's Roche time, and I think... Okay, so I think General got the cheese that was left in the pit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. I think Lil picked it up when he was just running around checking. So that cheese that Fnatic did leave in the pit. Fnatic playing a bit more careful now, more cautious, waiting for the buyback in particular. Come back up on the TA. They do have Eternal Envies, though.
I mean, I wonder as well if you're Na'Vi. You sort of look at the situation. You say the last few Roches, they've got him, but we've still been able to hold the defense.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't think they have any interest in ever heading towards the pit and fighting out here, because they know that even if Fnatic get the Roche, they've been able to win these fights.
Yeah, and I don't think that. I think fighting in their base is totally different than fighting inside the river on the low ground. Having that high ground advantage has been, in particular, very useful for Na'Vi.
Illusion.
Basher now picks up the universe as he works towards that Abyssal, looking for that extra lockdown onto the lifesteal, onto Crystallize through that rage.
Double damage is on top too. Abed's actually leaving the DD there for now.
General's heading out. Crystallize deep inside him. Can find a catch. Dying universe up towards the top, General. To be ever so careful how far he comes across this map. The Abed
Constantly just putting traps. Even looking at the mid lane, he's got 4 or 5 traps set up just to get that D push.
He's got the money for the make sure that
that's going to be really useful to not get burst down at the start of those fights. DJ, almost level 25. So to be able to have that geomagnetic grip targeting allies can be very useful to save his teammates amongst the enchantment remnant. So he's going to have 2 different ways to have teammates out of
the glimpse, no follow-up. Fnatic. They're already playing very careful this game. Another game reaching that hour mark very shortly. Series as quite unbelievable between these two teams. Every single game.
They're getting some pretty big pickups now, at least on Pile I Die for Fnatic. About to have the Aghanim's finished up for one of those big items that changes the tide of the game quite heavily. Even though Fnatic has been leading, team fights can definitely
been crucial as well for Na'Vi. If Lil gets that rum off onto them, it offers so much. He adds Disruptor.
He is in biz on the side run here. DJ starts in.
Here's he goes straight in, rolls out with the BKB. Dendy pops his own BKB, turns towards Envy, but on the front line, General's been caught out. They'll get the tiny, no buyback available on General. They're charging forward for more. The boat will come through. Lil forced back. There's the stun, the silence as well onto Dendi. Dendi trying to get out, but he gets dragged back into the clutch of them. Gets the light strike. It's pretty speedy. The Sheep's Guard keeps his distance, but Envy moves in, pops the refresher. The exorcism back out, ready to go again. Na'Vi, they're down 2. They're down 3. Dendi will buy back, crystallize, looking towards DJ. DJ gets the roll off in time. They have the X-Mark onto Envy. They've got the control. The Eon Dish there, buying time for the DP to survive. And there's the second instance of the BKB. Thanks for the refresher coming out. The DJ has the boulder smash onto multiple heroes. General caught out. Crystallize surrounded. He's trying to keep himself alive with the open wounds. The bash comes through from Brew though. The 4-man turret.
The 4-man turret.
It is. They managed to take down DJ.
Are you kidding me?
Envy. They're pushing Fnatic outside of the base. Primal split back up. They're looking to jump in. They get another fire out on Crystallize. Crystallize has to get himself back to the base. Will regen up. Bill turns towards this TA. They've got the Yules up. But Fnatic get the mega creeps.
Oh my god, that 4-man torrent saving Crystallize and turning to get some kills here.
The Na'Vi need more. The mega creeps are up for Fnatic. Jumping with the Hex, Crystallize gets another fire out onto Envy. Lil, Dendi focusing as well with the Laguna Blade. Envy will use himself up. Universe jumps in on the stone. Deliver the bash. The stone! The save from DJ with the Aghanims keeping Envy alive. He's still surviving throughout it all. Crystallize finally finishes off the kill. They get the death profit. The stuns, the damage from Dendi with the Daedalus. They found Abed as well.
The throne though.
He's trying to chase for more. Looking towards the Brewmaster. The silence is out, but as you say, they have to get back. The throne is exposed. Fnatic have found the mega creeps, but the game will go on, Bog.
These fights just last such a long time. Everybody just getting healed up. The Rum coming into massive play there over and over again. Lil keeping his buddies alive. The Lotus Orbs as well, being able to remove those nullifiers and orchids, constantly being able to save his teammates.
60 minutes in.
The whole base of Na'Vi now, though, is exposed. They've got 2 or 3 little buildings left besides that throne, but mega creeps coming in their way.
Can they force out these
Radiant
buyback?
are scanning.
That is the question.
It's-
50 seconds.
It's gonna be tough too, because like we were mentioning earlier, Abed did set up preemptively like 6 traps in the mid lane to stop those creep waves from pushing out. One catapult lives in the mid lane though, so they are gonna be able to deactivate that backdoor progression. Universe, he's looking for it. He actually kills the catapult with his primal split, so backdoor will be available. Backdoor protection, that is.
Navi. Oh.
The Rapier.
Dendi. He's gone fully in.
Not so safe, huh?
They're up to the racks. So they're going to try and go for the base with that Rapier. They're going to try and go for it. They've only got a few seconds left. Pylon Eyes look towards. The Ice Blast not going to connect. They're trying for it with this Rapier. Dendi takes 1, 2, 4. They're under the second 4. The fortification will come out. Universe on the side with a Hex straight away. Genius going to run forward as well.
The base.
The fortification. Dendi.
Abed is in the base. Abed's in the base too.
The Rapier.
It's a throne race. It's a throne race.
Can he do it? Can he get it in time? He's falling like
He's gonna get it. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Dendi, K18. He used to be laughed at now. The Pog jumps them through the roof. That Rapier pickup. I can't believe what we're seeing.
What just happened?
The Rapier pickup on this leader. People said the leader was a bad hero. Dendi just won the game with it. The Fiery Soul passive, the damage from the Rapier. They took the tier 4s. They took the Ancient.
Are you kidding? Fnatic all bots, the 2 cores bots into the base and tried to throne race it well, but Dendi with the Rapier too much damage.
Dendi.
Oh my God.
The fans here love him, and I mean, they're going to go even crazier for Dendi now.
Oh my God.
Ending a game in such style, of course, it wasn't just the Dendi show. The whole lineup of Na'Vi. LeBron popping off there. They are doing it here at